Hey there guys, this is Obsidian Chill. Got another video for today. This is coming from the test server. This is a part of the new episode on test, episode 43, The Dark Knights. We're looking right now at the new Apokolips Duo Elite. So what you're actually going to be, so we can kind of get the elephant in the room first. You're going to be seeing a number of spoilers in this video. For one, if you take a look at my CR. Two, if you look at my style. Three, if you look at my robot psychic. I don't think there's any other spoilers besides that. Yeah, I think that was it. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is just like I do with every episode. We're going to have, well, I'm actually going to try for daily videos covering each and every aspect of this episode. So with the Dark Knights, we're looking at a duo. We have open world expanded. Kind of, it's doomed Washington DC, so it's kind of similar to what we have right now in terms of Legion. It just in terms of now it's being kind of destroyed in different aspects of it, but you'll see that as well. Expanded daily missions, new bounties. We're looking at an alert as well. We're looking at one raid as well as the elite raids out. So plus there's plenty of quality of life changes in terms of things have changed in the games in terms of style. The new OP item, which I'll have in terms of a breakdown. I can offer you what the max gear is going to look like because I currently have it. So there's going to be a whole slew of videos coming out. I'm going to try for daily uploads just to kind of get you guys fully in depth with everything that's going to be a part of this new release. So right now with the new Apokolips Duo Elite, we're looking at it's set up into 3 different bosses. It's actually a really fun duo. So this first boss fight kind of brings you back to Happiness Home. So you're fighting like Stompa, Mad Harriet, Lashina. I think there was there a 4th one? I can't remember. You'll see. But essentially with this fight, I mean, the regular versions, I can bring you guys if you want to see them, but really there's not too many changes in terms. It's usually just a few mechanics being added in terms of damage being increased. So ideally I'd want to bring the elite versions. The elite version of the alert is not fully complete yet, so I may bring you the regular version of that first and then show you the elite. But in terms of that, yeah, it's really just the fight itself is like kind of like just well, you don't have a tank, but essentially you're just killing the bosses. Now presently, I'm not sure if it's intended or not, but you guys know these guys have their special attacks. Like Stomp will have their charge, and the Stomp, Lashina has her reflect as well. Now you see me getting knocked up by her whip spin, which is normal, but see her reflect right here? There's no damage on the reflect, so I'm not sure if that's intended. That was usually the killer in the Happiness Home. These lockdown zones, I'm not entirely sure what they would do, because I'm not, I mean, we've got a healer, so we're not taking damage excessively, but I'm assuming there's some kind of safe zone. But yeah, the other thing I'll mention right away is that I know nothing about the comic book storyline. When I like Dark Father, this Perpetua, the only thing I knew about her is that she was the shadow boss that we fought from the duo with Sinestro. That's the extent of my knowledge. So I mean, while the environments are really nice, I mean this is just basically like Darkside War Factory, kind of in reverse. But the raids, a new environment, completely new environment of the raid. It is like a one-room raid, so it's similar to like FFE, but it does have a lot of potential because the developer doing is Kotoxic, who did like Nexus, he's done Darkside War Factory, he's done Clock Tower. I mean, there's plenty of raids under his resume, so you can expect to be lots of overlapping mechanics. So there is certainly potential with the Elite Raid, and with the duo itself. What I was going to say here. Actually, the final boss gets quite interesting. But yeah, in terms of the comic book storyline, I know nothing. So you guys can share that if you want. I've never heard of these like Dark Father or what some of these designs were. Like like obviously we know the Dark Knights. Obviously we know the Dark Side related characters as well. But the whole like Dark Side being defeated and replaced with Dark Father, which is essentially what you come up here is. And we've got some kind of weird looking Superman, and he's being replaced by Dark Father is now some kind of like stone Batman. So I'm not going to carry on too much about the story because, like I said, I have very limited knowledge. My knowledge with the like DC Comics is pretty much zero. What my knowledge extends to is like the animated television shows. Like I watch like Superman the animated series, Batman the animated series, Justice League, Batman Beyond, like those shows. Like any kind of storylines from those shows, I'm aware of. Justice League Unlimited, so like those are the shows I used to watch as a kid. So I'm aware of those kind of storylines. But outside of that, just nothing. So you remember Brimstone? This is from Fire and Brimstone from the Birds of Prey DLC. And he's got the exact same attacks. He's got these lava pools will spawn. I mean, he's still going to go into like his wave attack. He's still going to go into his spike wave. This is kind of new, where in terms of you can attack him, you have to block that, or it's a one-shot. So it's actually a really interesting fight in terms of having to continually move. So you'll see like going to block. So the messaging is there. So if you don't block, it's going to be a one-shot. I'm not sure about in regular, but the other thing that really brings to this fight in terms of group setups, right now, presently, like a 2 DPS setup or like a DPS controller are going to struggle mightily, just because, as you can see here, you know, you've got the boss, you got the room mechanics, but there's also these 5 adds that summon all the like the parademon troopers. They infinitely respawn. It's like I'm killing them here just to kind of alleviate some stress on the healer, just because, I mean, he's taken you know, the boss and 5 adds, so I'm trying to alleviate that. And then basically once you kill them, in about less than 30 seconds, about 20 seconds or so, they're going to respawn all 5. So it's like, well, I mean, that was kind of pointless. So, I mean, you can kill the adds, but at the same time, you're going to run into an issue where they're just going to keep coming out, so what's the point? I tried to leave like 1 ad alive, but at the same thing, it didn't really have a matter at all. So the advantage is that at least as mental, I can run invisibility, which basically detaunts it and basically sends it towards my robot sidekick. So my robot sidekick's being attacked, or my mother box. So that's the one advantage. So you certainly want to run a pet for this fight. But in terms of the fight itself, as you saw, it's not too complicated at all. It's basically just killing the boss. There's plenty of sections where he's down, but it's basically just dealing with the room mechanics, which is that dealing with those infinitely respawning adds and those lava pools and his block. Because you can be in a situation where he does his attack where you have to block, and you're in like a lava pool, and you've got the adds hitting you. So if they block break you, then you're dead, because you're gonna die. So Dark Father, he's got the Mega Beam, which basically it's similar to like an Orbital Strike, and then he wraps you in a Mega Beam, which you just have to lunge, or the other player has to lunge. So there's actually less mechanics per se to this Dark Father fight. You still have the infinitely respawning paratroopers, which is could become a little bit overwhelming. That's why, like, I've done this with like a healer in DPS. I've done this with like a tank, and like certainly a tank in DPS is the most ideal setup. But you know, there's not as many tanks on live server nowadays, so this can be rare. Most of them are healers. So I mean, healer's fine. You just have to make sure that you can survive on your own, because you got plenty of maniacs. You got the brutes. You've got those rifle ads doing like flamethrower. So there's a lot going on for the healer in terms of like survivability. And like I said, there's no point to kill him as a DPS. You can kill him just to kill a few, just to alleviate some pressure, but they're just going to respawn anyway, presently. So it's I can't confirm that this is the duo that's going to be how it's going to be released. I'm sure there's going to be some feedback, because I mean it just hit test server on Friday, so I was kind of farming and getting everything ready for my videos to be released and kind of record everything. So there hasn't been much time for feedback. I think there's only been one update, which has happened yesterday on Monday. So there's still plenty of feedback to come, but this is essentially what the duo is going to look like with my laggy art swaps. So don't pay attention to them. That should be a lot quicker. But it's a fun duo just because it's fairly short. We've got some kind of like heavy metal Superman. But it's a short duo, but there's a lot of stuff going on, at least in the final 2 fights. So it's fun from that aspect, where it doesn't like carry on, drag out. You don't have like a super OP boss like Heatwave, it just annoys you. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the fights, which is fun. So take care, guys, subscribe, and you'll see all the test server videos.